So good morning, everyone. My name is Yasmin. I'm 21 years old and I work as a teacher. But today I'm here to guide the conversation. Just to remember about TNT. TNT is a platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, Italian, French, and all the languages that you want to practice your speaking abilities. So here it's important to remember about be respectful with each other and we don't correct. So today we'll talk about climate change and I will ask for Bruna to start introducing yourself, please.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Bruna. I'm 31. I'm living in Dublin at the moment since last November, but I'm from São Paulo and I'm working with pricing. And I'm here to improve my English, and I love to travel, I like to read, and go out with my husband and my friends.
Very good. Thanks for sharing, Bruna. And what about you, Felipe?
Hello, everyone. I'm Felipe Fadu. I'm 24 years old. I was born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I am an undergraduate student in electronic and computer engineering at UFRJ. I work as a software engineer for an e-commerce platform. And I'm here to improve my English, meet new people, and network.
Very good. Thanks for sharing. And what about you, Carlos?
Hello everyone, my name is Carlos, I'm 32 years old, I'm from Ponta Grossa, Paraná. I work as a software engineer. I always like to study English and listen and consuming things using English language. So for me, it's good being here to practice my English. Usually I like to spend my free time with my daughters. I have two daughters, doing some outside activity or playing something with hers. I think it's that about me. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much. And what about you, Fernanda?
Hello, everyone. My name is Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. I have 23 years old. I like to learn new languages, have a time with my family, watch TV. That's it.
Very good. Thanks so much. So I shared the questions on the chat, and today we'll start talking about climate change. So the first one is, are you concerned about the current climate change? And when did you first become aware of it? So Fernanda, let's start with you.
Okay. Yes, I'm concerned about it. I guess the first time was at school when I had classes about this and we talked about this subject.
Yeah, I think for me it was the same, like at school, and it's not something that I see like on TV people talking about. And what about you, Carlos?
I don't know if I had some concern about those kind of things. I know today it's a really important subject. People are talking about this, and companies try to be more ESG, and those kind of things. But when For me, of course, it's important to have a good world for me, for my kids, and maybe for my grandkids. But some things don't we can't do anything. If someone is on Amazon forest cutting trees and put fire on those kind of things here, for me here in Ponta Grossa, Paraná, I can do nothing about this. The only thing I do is take care of my garbage and those kind of things. It's really small compared to the other big issues around the world, but I think my part it's that teach my kids about the importance take care of the nature, and but I feel I don't have great power to do a great change in the world.
Yeah, I feel you. I think like if we do our part, we are doing like a great job. And if everyone do the same, maybe it will be possible that this kind of thing doesn't happen. So, and what about you, Felipe?
Yes, I'm concerned about it. The world is changing, right? Year after year, we have a more drastic disasters, right? And the first time that I've heard about it, I think it was also at school. I remember that I had to do a homework, right? A work about the global warming. I think that was the first time that I've heard about it.
Yeah, very good. I think like schools and like universities, they have a huge importance to talk about these topics. And what about you, Bruna?
So I agree with all of you. For me, it started at school also, and at the time I didn't have the conscience about it so much. So nowadays I can see more this importance, and I'm more concerned about it, and I try to do basic things, but to be honest, I think we can improve it a lot in our routine. And what else? Like the guy said, we need to take care of the nature and have this conscience and recycle some things. I think it's a good idea, but some region it's not possible. And yeah, that's my point of view.
Like you said that now you are more concerned about, for me, is totally the opposite. I think I
Really?
was more concerned about, when I was at school or at college. I think it was because people bring this topic to talk, and I don't like research about these, so it's
Yeah,
not.
but for me, I didn't see this importance before. Just when I grew up, I can see with my own eyes these things happen.
It's not something that we will look for, right? Like when we enter like on YouTube, we don't want to watch a video about climate change or things like this.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, so sad.
and so let's go to the next. Who or what is responsible for global warming? Do you believe it's something man-made or a natural cycle of the earth? Felipe, let's start with you. What's your opinion about this? What do you know?
I think who or what is responsible are the humankind acts, right? I think there is a natural cycle of the earth, but I think we are accelerating it and making this cycle making this cycle stronger, right? The effects of these cycles stronger. So that's a thing that we are doing as a humankind. So the responsibilities is also with us. If each one of us make our part and to like to ask for the politicians for public actions in defense of the environment. I think it's our responsibility, right, to vote on people that disagree with it and things like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I couldn't agree more. I think like we are the problem. So, and you, Bruna, what do you think?
I agree too. I think the earth can be changed in the future, in the past of years, but we, or with population, it's the most responsible for these things, of course. And I'm afraid what is happening in the future. So I don't know if I will be alive foresee the worst things, but we already can see the weather, like a winter, it's very strong, and the summer too. So it's gonna be crazy, So I think we can be more concerned about it, and teaching our kids and the youngest people to do more things, and yeah, we need to be more precavidos. I don't know English with this future.
Yeah, you said something really important, like about weather, that it's been a time that we can't handle with higher temperatures or lower. It's been really difficult.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And you, Fernanda?
For me, I think it's the human's action that is the most responsible for this, as the deforestation, for example, to produce more and have more profit. That's it, I guess.
Yeah, very good. I would agree with you. I think it's totally something that it's our fault. And what do you think, Carlos?
I think the main and most responsible for the global warming can be related of the what people do in their lives, but I think it's more important what countries or companies do for head profit. Like some countries who uses coal to head um, energy or cheaper energy. So I think this is more impacting to the global warming because I don't know. In my point of view, what I do here in my home it's only a drop in the ocean. But what these countries or these big companies do, it's more massive, creating more and more problems. Maybe tons and tons of carbon in the atmosphere and those kind of things. So I think this is they are the most responsible for that.
Yeah, very good. You said like about some countries that they do more this kind of project. Yeah, they really work hard on this. And I was watching a video from someone that lives at China, and there they really need Japan, and they really need to separate the trash, like plastic and the other things. And if they don't do this, the collectors can't like take the trash. So I think maybe this is something that we needed to do. So let's go to number 3, and let's start with you, Carlos. What are some of the most serious environmental problems you can think of? Can you pick one and explain how it happens?
I think the most principal or serious is the global warming because this impacts this have impacts to everyone around the world. Nowadays, the world is more globalized. If something happened on China or in America or in Africa, this impact us here in Brazil too. So I think this is most important because this create issues to everyone around the world, like creating some dry in some parts of the world, in other parts creating a lot of rain on countries or cities that aren't prepared to receive that amount of rain. So this create a lot of unbalance in the nature, you know. So I think this is most important, most impact to, to us.
Yeah, very good. You mentioned that some cities they are not prepared to receive the rainy days. And I was thinking here that many accidents like is happening nowadays because of this. So it's really a thing that we need to think more about and to talk with people. So, and you, Fernanda.
Uh, for me, one serious problem is the pollution. The pollution makes the earth more dirty, and I guess it can be increased by the water pollution, also the waste of material. We produce a lot of trash, so I think nowadays it's increasing a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking here about pollution too, and makes me remember about a video I think I saw on TikTok or Instagram, I don't know, but a couple were doing like a chá revelação, and they colored a lake. So, like, this is something really like unacceptable that people can't do because it is our environment. So I totally agree with you, and I think maybe pollution is one of the worst. And what about you, Bruna?
So I agree with Fernanda and you about the pollution. And I was concerned about rubbish too. Sorry. The way the most people deal with. So, for example, here in Ireland, I can see the people take care of this rubbish more than I couldn't see it in Brazil. So the government helped people to improve it a lot. So it's very important. And yes, like in São Paulo, you can see Rio Tietê, and here we can see the other river. It is different, the color, the smell. So you can totally see the big difference about it, you know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you said like about like the river too, and I think this is something that we don't care about. Like we are like on a bus and we just throw something.
Yeah,
and we
so it's crazy. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think here the people can separate your rubbish, because if you don't separate, you can't pay a tax for it. So I think it's that way, because the people can throw all this rubbish on the bus, and it's like in Brazil, but from the apartments and house, we can see the replacement to throw the bin in different kinds.
Yeah, I was listening to something about a country that they could like put you on the jail if you like throw
Wow.
trash on the street, or if you are like eating something and you just put like on the floor, you will be in jail because of this. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it will work here because the jails are crowded.
Yeah, I think so. It can be work.
Yeah, maybe. And what about you, Felipe?
I agree with you all, but I think one of the most kinds of pollution, it is a pollution, right, too, but it's the water course pollution. So especially the rivers and lagoons and water courses that we use it to drink water, right? So things like polluting things like these are especially dangerous because we need them to survive, and this is a really big problem, because here in Brazil we have a lot of rivers, but there are some countries that doesn't. There are some countries that do not have uh, uh, a significant amount of it. So polluting it's really, really bad.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And like this is something that maybe we are not we are caring like about nothing, yeah? Because like water, we don't care too. Like we take long baths and things like these. So it's really important to talk about this. So let's go to the next one. And okay, it's too late to stop climate change. What do you think the world will be like 50 years from now? Bruna, what do you think?
Well, I guess it's never too late to start and to change our behavior. So probably it's would be better in the past, of course, but I think you can change. If you think it's doesn't matter, you can stop to change. So the thing it can be worse. So it's the biggest problem. So I guess you can change every single day a little bit and can be work. So I don't know if it save the world. So, but we we need to try, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think we need maybe to take the first step. And I'm not so hopeful as you, because I don't think that I will be alive in 50 years.
Yeah, probably
But
not. But you need to start now, and your kids can be. We'll see. I don't know.
yeah, very good. And you, Felipe, what do you think?
I think yes, I do not like to think that it's too late to start to stop climate change, but I also don't like to think, oh, as it's not too late to stop, let's start some years from now, right? But because if we think with this with this train of thoughts, we will never start. So I think we have to start as soon as possible to do something about it, even in our own house and with our own family. And what do I think the world climate change will be like 50 years from now? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it will be really better or it will be really worst. I think we'll have more renewable energies, and it will be more spread around the globe right? And it may 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 have some effects on it, but I don't know if it will be too late.
Yeah, yeah. I just like can think about some movies about future. I just imagine that like without forests, without like green, like plants. And I just can imagine us living like the squirrel on SpongeBob, So I just can imagine like this kind of thing. So, and you, Carlos?
Uh, it's too late to stop the climate change. I think no, it's not too late, but I don't have a very positive way of think to the next 15 years. I don't have a good perspective for this. I think the climate will be worse than now, with more pollution and worse quality of water and those kind of things. For me, the future is more like Mad Max style, everything dry and people fighting for water and those kind of things when the our our um, reserve reserves petrol. I don't know this in English, but when this finish, the word can be regret a lot in the terms of how they evolve. So I don't have a good perspective for the future.
Yeah, I feel you because for me it's like the same. sometimes we think that we are like too old to do things too. So I think maybe this is a thought that we always have, that it's too late to do something. But I think it's important to start. And you, Fernanda, what is your perspective about it?
I think it's possible to change some actions. And about the future, I don't have a good perspective. I guess the climate will be worse than now, and because we don't have good actions now, so in the future we will not have a good climate or something like this.
Very good, very good. So let's start the next one with you, Fernanda. Do you think all countries are taking climate changing seriously, and why?
No, I don't think they are taking it seriously, because we, in general, I guess the people are think more about the profits and how to have more money. So if it's necessary to do something that doesn't that is not good for the environment, probably it will be done.
Yeah, you said about like people thinking about money and things like that. Maybe we just think about like 1 year from now or 2 years, but we don't think about like many years that we will stay alive and we need to do something. But very good what you said. And you, Carlos, what do you think?
I don't think. I think there are some countries who lead this conversation, taking this really serious, but other countries are giving shit to this because they spend a lot of their reserve their reserves of forests and those kind of things. So I think other countries try to put a lot of attention here in Brazil because they already burned the forest and now they are trying to make us look worse because we have forests and trees and those kind of things, but they don't have anymore, and they try to blame us about the climate change, but they burn everything on Europe and even in America or other countries, So I think they try to put attention to us without anyone complain for what they do in the past. China, for example, burns tons of coal every year. And they don't care to the consequence, and I don't see countries complain to their behavior to the world, So I think something like this, other countries, other presidents of the other countries talk bad things about Brazil without taking responsibility for our own countries or what the countries do in the past.
Yeah, and like they are always saying that Amazon is the heart. I really know about this, but I think we have many hearts and we need to take care of all of them. Every forest is important for us, like
Yeah. They only talk about the Amazon forest, but they don't talk about the forest in Africa where they burn everything trying to find diamonds and those kind of things. They only talk about Brazil, so this is too strange for me.
yeah, like the point is that we are always blaming someone else. Yeah. And what about you, Felipe?
Yes, I agree with it. We are always blaming someone else, but if we don't do our part, we cannot blame the others, right? So it's like a push things, a push game thing, and so we have to do our part and ask. It's not ask for the others to do their parts too. So this is, I think, what we should do. And no, I don't think that all countries are taking it seriously, because many of them are more concerned about money, and if they destroy everything and promote the destructions of all the environments, there will be no money, because there will be no planet to live. And a really nice thing that I've seen in the news is that sometimes, or most of the times, a forest is stand, right. A forest stand is worth more than a forest down. So you can also make money with the forest up, like with tourism and biological things that you find on it, and things like that, right? There are a lot of techniques that you can preserve the forest and make money with it without destroying it.
Yeah, it's like the quote, like, do what I say, but don't do what I do. Yeah. Like, I will not give you an example that I'm doing this, but do what I'm saying, and is everything okay? And what about you, Bruno?
So yeah, I totally agree with all of you, because I don't think that all the countries it's taking climate change seriously. So I think it's talking about people and companies the most of the whole country. We can see some companies taking care of the each ESG project. So we can see the vegan people increasing in the products vegan show. And the other rise, you can see the companies who fabricam, como que eu posso falar? Fertilizantes, essas coisas. And the other companies who sell the meat or fishes, these companies, I think, just think on the money. So it's very terrible. So we can see the good thing in one side, and on the other side, you can see the revenue increasing a lot. So I think depends most of the people than the government or the whole country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there is a bad and a good side to everything. So
Yeah, walking together.
totally. So I will skip to question number 9, guys. So what kinds of technologies do you know of that might help stop or mitigate environmental problems? Felipe, let's start with you.
I think if we replace our our way of producing energies with more renewable ones, we can help a lot with it. So if you replace the coal with solar energy or aeolic energy, this can help a lot, and also stop to throw in the air like CO2, right? So replacing petroleum by cars and fuels that are more electric, and if this electrician is produced from renewable source, they can help us to mitigate environment problems.
Yeah, you said about it and makes me remember that we are always thinking about new technologies, but we have ones that really can help us. We don't need to create something totally new. And what about you, Bruno?
So I think we can think about solar energy or something like this, and the company start to building something with other new technologies. I don't know if it's possible, but just think and build something without serious environment. I don't know how to say it in English. So the companies need to think about the earth, not just thinking about the revenue, for example. So I don't know if it exists many technology machines for do that. So I don't know, to be honest, but I think the technology company can help them to improve our revenue without um, devastating the other parts. I don't know, it's hard talk to say.
Yeah, hard one. I totally agree with you. And you, Fernanda?
I thought about solar energy too, and it's not a technology, but I think if we try to produce less trash, it will be good also. Like donate the things we don't use anymore, but it's in a good but it's good to use. That's it. I don't know a lot about technologies and this stuff.
Yeah, very good. I think like solar energy is a good thing to start to. And what about you, Carlos?
I like to think we change our energy matrix using renewable types of energy, using less fossil fuels could be good for us, but it's only a think because I don't know how this can impact if for example, if everyone start to use solar energy, you know, how this can affect our world because you had to spend and use natural resource to build that solar panels. All right. So I don't know the impact of this became more globally worldwide use, but I like to think it's good use renewable energy for wind, solar system, and those type of energy. So I think it's related to this. As Philip say, if you use more renewable other types of energy, we could use other types of vehicle too without using gasoline and those kind of things. So I think it's I think this technology, it's this kind of technology is it's important to resolve our problems.
Yeah, really nice what you said that it's like what Bruna said, that the good side and the bad side are working together. So everything that we do will prejudice in a certain way. So I was thinking about here about the vehicles that you said, like bicycle, but in a certain way will pollute the earth too. So it's really difficult to think about this, but really nice. So I think we have time to answer one more, and let's start with you, Fernanda. Are there any positives to come from climate change?
I don't think so. Maybe the conscience of the people, I guess. Like, oh, we are having these problems. What can we do to change our actions?
Yeah, like you, I can't think about something. Maybe
Yeah.
that we will die and the animals will be free, but or maybe they will die with us. So it's it's terrible to think deeply on this. And you, Carlos, what do you think?
I don't know. I think there isn't positive aspects to the climate change because, for example, in our country, we are a tropical country with well-defined seasons. You know, winter, um, spring, summer, and those kind of things. And we are our farms and everything we build here in Brazil, it's related to this. We are prepared to this type of climate. You know, in other countries, this is different because they they have their all they have their or sorry they have their own way to work. You know, they are used to work with the climate of that country. For us, for example, here in Brazil, every year I say to my wife, this year we will face snow in the Christmas because every year is more colder during the spring. And I remember when I was younger, this didn't happen. You know, we had a lot of well-defined seasons. When is spring, I start to the climate starts to be more warming, isn't so hot like the summer, but it's better. But now I'm using jacket because today it's too cold. I had other days I had to use a heater. It's like it's like winter. It's not more like spring. So I think this affect everyone. So I don't think anything positive can come from this climate change. You know.
Yeah, really good what you said. But like here in São Paulo, we are prepared for everything because we have like the 4 seasons in a day. So
Yeah, but this isn't what should be, you know.
yeah,
You should have everything right, you know. When is summer, when is winter, and those kind of things. But I know what you're saying, because here in Ponta Grossa, Paraná, sometimes we face this too. We start the day with a lot of clothes, and in the middle of the day we are using less clothes. During the afternoon we had to put some t-shirts or bermuda, I don't know, because it's too hot. And when starts the night we had to use a lot of clothes to sleep again.
yeah, it's totally weird, and I understand your point. And you, Felipe, what do you think?
Uh, I think it's really, really, really difficult to think something positive about this, but the only thing that comes to my mind is about something what Fernando said, right? Our conscience about the value that our planet has, and maybe we will be more united as a as a planet in general, right? The other countries can help another ones, or at least be solidary, no, be helpful with it, and know that your act it's not affecting only you, right? But the whole planet. So maybe consciousness and a more united planet. But if we can if we cannot reverse this climate change, it won't be worth anything, right?
Yeah, you said something really good about like not to think just about ourselves, but about the others too. And I think this is something that is happening now because of elections. People are just thinking about themselves, and if you don't agree with me, like it's been really difficult. So maybe to change our minds will be the first step. And what about you, Bruna?
So I totally agree with Fernando, and Felipe brought a good point too, because I'm just thinking in a positive ways. People who start to think from another perspective, not just from yourselves. And for example, minimalist people and vegan people start to do other things, so change your behaviors. So I think it's very good act of the courage to stop to eat meat. So I really like to do it one day, but for me it's very hard. So it's a good example. And like Fernanda says, to donate your clothes, so don't put or the bin, and don't stop to consume everything that we see, so it's hard. Probably the climate's not changing, just people never try to change our behaviors.
Yeah, I think like nowadays we are seeing the thrift shops, like the shops increasing a lot.
Yeah.
And but maybe I think that women needs to learn something with men, because they wear the same clothes until, the end of the clothes.
Yes.
So I think
Very basic.